Have you ever wished you had someone to help you because you're too busy running from school to work and then school again? Well, yeah, I've been there because the truth is, I'm Spider-Woman. However, what I'm trying to say here is that Spider-Man in Marvel has his own AI system, Eevee, so as a Spider-Woman, I should have one too, right? Well, but I'm also a technology princess, so basically my AI can't reach that level yet. So instead, I use a bunch of AI tools and each will be used for my different task. Another thing is that I'm also a senior majoring in business and marketing, so I would say AI does help me a lot in my daily life. And in this video, I'm going to break down the exact AI tools I use every day, from doing market research and brainstorming campaign strategies to summarize lecture materials and managing my daily schedule. Hi, this is V and welcome back to ThinkView. First of all, let's start with time management. Traditional productivity advice tell you to sit down every Sunday night and manually color code your Google Calendar. I used to try that, but I gave up on Tuesday because life moved way too fast, and creating a perfect schedule takes a lot of mental energy. Now, I use Google Gemini as my master scheduler, but with a very specific strategy. I don't just say, make me a schedule. I start with a massive unedited brain dump. I upload my fixed school timetable, my daily to-do list, and most importantly, my biggest goals for that week. Whether that's finishing a major project or surviving the final exam. But here's my secret. I note the breakdown of complex tasks into micro steps before telling AI to place them on my calendar. For example, if I have write video script on my list, I don't let it just block out 2 hours. I noted the required steps in the writing process and then also note the deadline, whether I want it to complete in a day or separate it down. Then I prompt Gemini to put it in my calendar that fits with my intention. For example, I noted 30 minutes for brainstorming, 15 minutes for research, 20 minutes to draft, and 10 minutes to revise. Then I prompted the AI to schedule 2 to 3 working days depending on my preference. When tasks are broken down like this, the friction disappears. It will perfectly show up on my Google Calendar without having to spend 1 to 2 hours doing the technical work. I also instruct Gemini to respect my natural energy cycles. I tell it, assign my technical, high logic, heavy workload tasks between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. when my brain is sharp. I prompt it like this, assign my technical, high logic, heavy workload tasks between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. when my brain is sharp. Keep my evenings reserved for chill, light creative work, like scrolling social media for inspirations or casual brainstorming. The key mindset here, and I really want to emphasize on this, that is AI is not making decisions for me. I'm still the boss and still in charge of my life. The AI is simply my executive assistant playing Tetris with my time so I don't burn out trying to manually figure out when to fit everything in. Next up is studying, and I use Gemini Notebook. Well, I already have a full breakdown video on this, so I'm gonna skip all the basic stuff and focusing on the 2 features that's saving my life right now. Well, I'm writing a major assignment for my marketing class, and normally my browser would have 30 tabs open and I'd be drowning in information overload. With Gemini Notebook, I upload my exact course textbook and lecture slides directly into it. This anchors the AI so it understands the precise context and scope of my syllabus. Then, here comes the real deal, academic citations. In the past, I spent hours on Google Scholar, opening dozens of related articles, scanning through dense academic papers just to find 2 sentences to cite. It was exhausting to be honest, and I know you all have been there. Now, I drop those PDF articles directly into the Gemini Notebook and ask it to find the supporting arguments and pull the exact quotes and citations for me. Because it's processing my uploaded files, it doesn't come up with fake sources. Beyond paper writing, flashcards and quizzes are my most used tools for exam preparation. As a student, manually creating flashcards takes about 80% of our study time and leaving only 20% for actual learning. For me, Gemini Notebook flips that ratio. It instantly converts a 15-page chapter into interactive flashcard and practice quizzes. Being able to test myself on complex concepts in short amount of time has completely transformed how much information I can retain in short period. Speaking of memorizing dry information, this next use case sounds a bit ridiculous, but I promise you it worked just well. I use Suno AI to turn textbook definitions into a catchy song. And here's how the workflow works. First, I take a dense paragraph of text, let's say a complex marketing framework on a set of legal definitions, and I paste it into Gemini. I prompt it, rewrite this information into rhyming song lyrics, keep all the core fact, technical terms, and definition intact, but make make it flow rhythmically. Once Gemini gives me the lyrics, I copy them, head over to Suno AI, paste them into the custom lyrics box and select a style, usually something high energy like 2000 pop punk, R&B or EDM. Within seconds, Suno generates a full studio quality track. Human brains are naturally wired to remember song lyrics way better than prose, and that's why you still remember the lyrics from 10 years ago but forget what you read in a textbook 10 minutes ago. Listening a 2-minute catchy song about your course material while doing other things gets the concept stuck into your head on loop. It turns a miserable memorizing sessions into something that's actually fun. Moving past the written text, let's talk about Gemini voice mode. Talking out loud to AI used to feel awkward, but once you start using it as an interactive sounding board, it becomes an incredible tool, and I use it for 3 specific scenarios. The first one is mock job interviews. Before applying for an internship or part-time job, I tell Gemini the job description and ask it to act as an interviewer. It asks me questions, listen to my real-time response, and give me immediate feedback on how to structure my answer better. The second one is study discussion. Sometimes I use it to bounce study ideas back and forth when I'm trying to clarify a concept. Well, I'm gonna give this a 50-50 recommendation though. You have to be careful because voice models can still occasionally make up facts. Use it to talk through your thoughts, but always double check the hard facts against your notes. And the third case is instantly casual chatter. When my friends are busy, in class or asleep, and I just need to speak out loud a random thought or talk through an idea, voice mode is always available. Verbalizing your thoughts out loud is often the fastest way to organize them. And finally, I want to talk about some things that are a bit personal, using AI models like ChatGPT or Gemini as an emotional outlet when you just need to vent. But here's the biggest disclaimer: don't share too much personal information because it's just AI after all. Who knows what it's gonna do with the stuff you just shared? Honestly, whether you use ChatGPT or Gemini for this doesn't matter much. The experience depends entirely on how you prompt it and how you train the conversation context. Late at night, when overthinking kicks in, being able to type out an unfiltered rant about stress, school pressures, or personal anxieties is surprisingly therapeutic. It provides a safe, completely non-judgmental space. You can share things you might hesitate to tell your friends because you don't want to burden them, or things you're afraid of being judged for. The AI responds with validation and helps you deconstruct your feelings logically. However, I need to add a very serious disclaimer here. Yes, another one. Do not rely on AI as a replacement for human connections or professional help. AI doesn't have real empathy. It's predicting the next most comforting word. It's a great temporary tool to process your thoughts in the moment, but it should never replace real friends, families, or trusted people in your life who actually care about you. Well, at the end of the day, AI isn't here to live our life for us or replace the human connection. When used intentionally, it simply clears the administrative noise or study frictions, so you can enjoy being both student and a spider woman at the same time. So what do you think about these AI tools? Will you actually use it for emotional comfort while revising your exam at the same time? Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!